We are back. Family. Oh my God, listen. I know it's been a while. It has been a while. It has been a journey. There has been a lot taking place. I didn't even close out season one. I didn't even know season one was done. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't in the mental space to continue with season one the way I wanted to because I had to give myself a chance to process everything that was going on and just to prepare for 2026, honestly. There's a lot of changes that have happened. There's a lot of things that are taking place, a lot of moving parts. And I knew one thing for sure that when I did season two, I wanted to do it a little differently. Because I said if I was gonna take this content thing seriously, if I was gonna take this podcasting thing seriously, if I was going to really show up, I had to really show the fuck up. And like all of me, not just as Demi, but as Demetrius too. I had to bring all aspects of myself into the play so you guys could really see all of me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all really don't know shit. Most of y'all really don't know me. So outside of going into teaching mode and coaching mode, I really wanted to also bring more of my personality into the mix and bring more of me, the parts of me that have been hidden for 30 plus years, and the parts of me that I've had to heal, the parts of me I've had to evolve into. And we give applause for the spiritual awakening. But I said when I started season two, I wanted it to be a mixture of all of me. So we're gonna be doing some off the record episodes, and then we're gonna do the coaching, empowering episodes that really get y'all in the shape, like I'm trying to, and help erase the consciousness and the spiritual aspect of seeing yourself outside of yourself. You know how we get into the things. If you're new here, welcome. So we're gonna be doing some off the record episodes. So this is the first one. And I want to start it off because 2026 is the year of complete transformation for me, for a lot of you guys, because 2025 took us through the ringer. Like it completely which that was what it was supposed to do. 2025 was a year of the snake. So we were supposed to share all aspects of ourselves that no longer served us, that no longer served a purpose in our lives, in our existence, who we were becoming. And 2026 is the year of the horse to completely mount up and take the fuck off in whatever shape, way, or form you see fit for your life and what you're trying to come into. So, this is a part of my 2026 mounting up, being more vulnerable with my listeners and just with my community that I'm building and with my friends and family, the whole gist, because I was someone who was very guarded. I've always been someone very guarded. My entire life, for the most part, I've only allowed certain aspects of myself to be visible because I've always wanted to keep the essence of my identity pure and sacred and just kind of away from the world because I know how the world can be. So that's why I created who most of you guys have come in contact with, Demi Cortez. But since my evolution and my whole awakening and death and rebirth, I've come to realize that I no longer have to shield certain aspects of myself. I've grown and I've evolved into someone who can hold space for all of me, and now it's just time for all of me to really just be present and come to the forefront, honestly, seriously speaking, because there's no need to hide certain aspects of myself anymore, especially aspects of myself that I've healed and that I've moved through, and aspects of myself that I'm now ready and comfortable enough to share with the world. Because certain aspects of my life I would have never shared before, but I'm in a totally different space right now. I'm growing, I'm evolving. It feels good. It feels really good. Because we go through life sometimes on autopilot and we don't even have a chance to just be present with ourselves and sit with ourselves and see our actual growth and how far we've come from who we were. So, first of all, if you're in that place in your life right now, I want you to pause this episode and I want you to just stop, take a breath, and just give yourself applause for how far you have come from where the fuck you were. I want you to take in everything that you have been through, everything that has been thrown against you, and I want you to give yourself a pat on the back and a round of applause for where you are right now at this point of your life listening to this podcast. Because you could have given up. I could have given up. Hell, I tried to, but hey, there was a bigger plan. So here I am. Growth, when you get to a point in your life, growth starts to really look less frightening Because when you think about growth, things are going to be changing, things are going to be shifting, and things are going to be evolving. And I'm a Cancer first, Cancer sun. So I like things very predictable. I like to be in control. I like to know what's going on. I like to know how things are playing out. But part of my awakening process was also releasing some of that control of wanting to know how things are going to happen and always being so, I guess, routine with my life because my life has been completely shaken upside down. Completely shaken upside down in good and bad ways. I did a lot of shedding relationships, things, personal possessions, worldly possessions, just all of the things that I've accumulated that really don't really mean as much as I thought they did. And it's put me in a totally new perspective. And it wasn't an easy task, but it feels good and it looks good to my soul and to myself right now. So things are looking completely different for me. I had a goal set for myself for 2027 to officially relocate out of the States, and I'm working toward that goal. I'm actively in the process of putting things together for this new phase of my life that's going to be happening around that time. And I didn't realize how much stuff I accumulated and how many things I was holding on to that I needed to shed and I needed to let go of in order to position me in a place to transition. So a lot of things had to be left behind. And sometimes you just have to understand that sometimes you have to sacrifice shit. You really have to sacrifice things in your life to get ahead and to get to where you really want to get to. And that was also a big part of my awakening that I had to understand and I had to really process. I'm going to be doing a totally different episode on my spiritual awakening journey so you guys can understand this process a little bit better now that I'm on the other side of my first awakening and I can speak on it. But your awakening, it opened my eyes to a lot of things and it changed my perspective on life, on existence, on my relationship with God, and just this whole journey of life. It just put everything in a totally different perspective for me. And I really needed that at this point in my life because I was getting very consumed in the world. My first business, making all of this money, and I was getting lost and I needed to be redirected. And everything happened at divine timing. Everything happened when it should. Did I foresee me losing apartments and cars and going through the motions? Hell no. That was not even a part of my plan. But seeing myself in this space, in this position, and navigating life with a new perspective has been so freeing to my soul and just peaceful. There have been chaotic moments, but for the most part, I don't let things affect me. I don't let things that are happening in my life affect me as they used to because I understand what the bigger picture is. I understand what the bigger purpose is because none of this material shit mean anything at the end of the day. When you really think about it, it really doesn't. I did a lot of shedding that was very good for this next phase of my life. So right now we're just welcoming this new space, this new energy, this new identity that I'm fully embodying and allowing to be expressive in whatever capacity it feels like it. If it feels like recording a very transparent podcast episode today, that's what we're gonna be doing. If it feels like going live on TikTok, that's what we're gonna be doing. If it feels like just up and moving across the world, that's what we're doing. Because I'm allowing myself the freedom to just be and just be present and not put too much on myself as far as trying to prepare for certain things and look for certain things. I'm just really focusing on being present in the moment right now and just existing for the now. Not thinking about the past anymore, not thinking about what could have happened, what didn't happen. I'm not too focused on the future because the future and everything can change in the instant of a minute. It can change. But when we allow ourselves to be present in the moment, really present in the moment, we get so much clarity about things. We get so much insight that we miss by thinking about past and future things that are out of our control. But what we can control is what's happening right now. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm in a very good space. My aura has been elevated a little bit and it feels good. Like I'm falling back in love with myself again. I've never really been in a place to where I was just in love with myself. So I'm falling in love with myself again, not just the physical aspects of myself, but myself, the identity of who I am, my soul, my spirit. I'm falling in love with myself. I'm liking myself. And it feels good. And I'm doing it sober. Y'all, I really haven't been drinking. I quit a lot of substances and just fell back on all of the extracurriculars. And it just feels good to be in this space for once in my life and to be doing this at this point in my life while I'm preparing for my late 30s and just positioning myself for the next chapters. I did a lot of growing, I did a lot of learning, I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, as we all have. And it's not for us to sit in and continue to narrate on. Process that shit, feel it, let it move through your body and move on. In 2026, we cannot get caught up on things that happened in the past, things that happened to us in the past. We are being present and looking forward. That's it. That's the mindset that I'm keeping on. That's the mindset that I'm holding on to. Anything I did before this time, it happened, whatever, it's done, and we've moved on. I just want to thank y'all for joining this journey with me and understanding this process that I'm going on. And I hope y'all enjoy the off the record episodes just as well as the other episodes. Because I'm gonna still get on here and talk my shit. Because as I learn stuff, as I continue to evolve, as I continue to grow, I'm going to be putting it back out. I'm going to filling it back to you guys. Because this is what we have to do. This is how we raise our consciousness. This is how we raise our awareness. Things aren't just black and white. There's a whole hidden area of information, of existence, of things that mainstream media and the people don't even know about. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. Those are what the other episodes are going to be about. And then we're going to do the off the record episodes just about myself, my personal experiences with life and what I have going on and what I've transpired. And I'm just in a place of sharing. Throat chakra is open. We are aligned and centered. The energy is really magnetic right now. And I hope you guys are tapping into it in every way possible to elevate your lives and continue to evolve as a collective. I love y'all so much. Y'all know the vibes. Let's continue to evolve out loud, baby. I'll see y'all in the next episode.